What is up, Rap Potential YouTube? Welcome to today's video. So, this is going to be an epic day for the rally car. I'm fixing to go ahead. I'm going to button up this exhaust real quick, which means just put my last exhaust hanger on. I'm going to set this baby on the ground. Well, I got to swap the fuel pump out real quick. Change those two things, and then we're going to fire this rig up. We're going to drive it out in the sun, and you guys are going to see what it looks like. So, let's get straight to it. 2 seconds later for you guys. A couple hours of work for me. We are fixing to drive this rig out of the garage. Gangster seating on the floor and all. For the first time under its own power. Listen to that. No more first gen door creak. I lubricated the doors. So, fire up procedure for those not race car people. Main power on. I say not race car, it's pretty much a stock car. How about that? Sounds pretty good. I did top it off with coolant. Do we have good brakes? Oh yeah! Look at us! We're driving this thing, guys! We're driving it! We're only gonna go over here, but... Woo! And I'm dirty. First time seeing it in the sun. First time seeing it in the sun. Look at that race car. With a small exhaust leak at the header because I need to take the header off to wrap it, so I didn't bother putting a gasket at that spot, but dudes, this is a monumental day right here. 6 months in the making, the race car comes outside for its first bath with fresh paint. Look at that thing, guys. Man, I'm stoked. This thing looks awesome. And too, like, seeing the interior all sun lighted up. I haven't buttoned up the dash yet, but just burn away. So, what did I do to get to this point in the last 2 hours for me, maybe 2 seconds for you, right when this clip started? So, I went ahead and I buttoned up the rest of the exhaust. So, I got the hanger made, the clamps on, everything's good for the exhaust. So, you can see here, this guy. So, you'll ask, or maybe wonder, why didn't you make a really nice weld-on hanger with a little rubber dealy whopper that like slides over the nub and da-da-da, like new cars, right? Well, on rally cars, given, you know, the premise of the whole rally build is serviceability, okay? Everything on that exhaust you can buy at a parts store. And don't let me tell you, and don't take it for that it's cheap, right? An exhaust hanger like that, if your exhaust system is designed to use it, when you rip it off at a rally, you can go to the parts store and get another one, right? If you build some custom fancy hanger and you rip it off at a rally, if you don't have a welder, you're stuck putting clothes hangers under your car to hold the exhaust up. So that's why I like to do that particular setup. That's what I run on my street car. It's what I run on this. It's what I ran on the yellow car. It just works so much better, right? And it's so much more effective. Now, if you're Subaru and you have a huge team of people behind you, obviously you're probably not going to be ripping the exhaust off, and as a driver you won't have to worry about it because you have people to fix it for you. So that's why that's set up that way. The second thing I did is swap out the fuel pump. Now, the fuel pump that I had in here for testing purposes and just whenever I was troubleshooting my fueling issues was a Walbro 255. Why did I buy a Walbro 255 for this? Well, I can use it in other cars, and I knew it was going to be plenty of pump, right? The pump that was in here is a GSLSE factory replacement style pump. So I think they're only like 150 liters per hour, but that much power behind it was overpowering my injector. So I already got it. It fires, it shuts off and fires up and shuts off and fires up. It works just fine. That pump doesn't overpower the injectors. The stock fuel pressure regulator works. We're good. So I'm stoked for that. The other thing that I did, and I'm waiting for some parts to dry, you'll notice we have a Valence now. So you can see super nice black Valence. Now you'll notice another thing. That's not a GSLSE Valence. That's an 81 to 83 Valence. Reason I like those better for a rally car setting is that it doesn't have the vents in it, and it's a little bit tougher. They're a little taller. So that one shouldn't allow a bunch of crap to come up through it. I'm gonna put the shark mouth vents back in. So that's the vents that go up in here, right? It's a piece of plastic with 3 slats across it. But if you remember on my yellow car, what I'm gonna do with those is I have some square wire, just like some sheets of square wire. So it's got 1/2-inch squares in it, and I'm gonna layer that square wire to the back of it and zip tie it on. And what that'll do is keep a majority of the debris out of the radiator. So you still have the factory appearance, you have a nice mesh screen behind there, keeps the crap out of the radiator. Just like I've got literal Home Depot screen for like your window glued to the bottom of the cowl vent here, because that keeps the crap from getting in your cowl, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this thing off, show you guys some beauties of it here in a second. I'll drive it down into the sun where this thing's really gonna pop. And how about that non-creaky door, yo? Dang. So I'm gonna go wash this thing, enjoy the fanciness while I get it cleaned up. Right, y'all are gonna see it clean, but enjoy. Alright guys, I found the sun. Check this rig out. Hope you guys enjoyed how awesome this thing looks out here in the sun. It's running pretty good too. It starts up every time, which is, you know, a super win for a rotary car. Even warm. I haven't bled the coolant yet, so I drove it down here. My house is like way up there. Drove it down here and shut it off, and then I'll drive it back up there and then pop the cap off once it cools off, and it should have sucked all the coolant I put in the radiator in. But look at those freshly rebuilt taillights, the sick white rims and the snow tires. Thanks, Letty, for coughing in my shot. It's just looking super tough. I'm super stoked. So I gotta get my people I ordered my vinyl from shorted me my blue, so I need to order another roll of blue so that it gets here this week, and then go complain about the one they haven't shipped me for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, however long it's been. Then I can start laying the stripes on it this weekend, which will be dope, because then that gets it to where I can put all my stickers on it, which will make it all race car-y. Don't think it's just random. Go look at the 1984 all-wheel drive Rod Millen RX7. That's what we're replicating here. It's going to look just like that. The blue, the orange, the yellow, the red stripes, the whole deal. So get stoked for that. We're gonna take this thing back up to the shop. I'm gonna show you what it's doing, which is being really funky, and I don't know why. Basically, when I first start it, it'll run good for 10 seconds. It'll rev the whole deal. Then it'll feel like it's running out of fuel. Or like if I lay into it, as soon as it hits load, it's just like blah, falls on its face. So I don't know why it's doing that. You guys get a ride with me back up to the house. If it takes me 20 tries of starting it, but hey, at least it fires up every time, which is a huge win. And I'm curious if it's because it's hot. I don't know. I've never had this issue before. It's being kind of funky with just the timing of the issue. No seat life kind of sucks. But all my gauges are working besides the fuel gauge, which is, maybe it's out of gas. No, maybe not. But anyways, we're going to try to drive this back up the hill. I'm going to do my best to hold on to you guys, but I'm going to apologize in advance for the bumpy ride. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to set you guys down here, back here. You'll be able to hear it. Gotta be fuel related. There's no way that's not. And then we'll sit here and idle perfect. What is this? So, alright, listen to this. It won't rev any higher than that. Now, super listen to this. We shut it off. Fires right back up. What is going on? And now we're back to the death-defying whatever the heck it's doing. But, guys, this is an epic day. Epic video, epic day. The race car drove under its own power, sort of, kind of, not all the power, but it drove under its own power. We went down the road and back up the road, which is way down there, to right back up here, and it is facing the other direction in the shop. So, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Super pumped. Hope it didn't smash my light. I probably parked right on it. But the next steps for this rig, so what I'm going to be tearing into this week, is getting the car prepped to put the graphics on it, getting the engine bay completely detailed and cleaned. I'm going to pull the header back out. Like I said, it's got coolant in it. I'll pull the header back out, wrap it, put the header back in, figure out why it's doing this weird rev thing. Maybe do some troubleshooting, go read on the old RX7 club forums. A lot of you guys come here to get all the information on these cars. Well, when I can't figure stuff out, I go back into the early 2000s and look at all the posts with no pictures. Try to figure it out. But, dudes, how about the clearance back here? Clarence, we don't have a Valence. The exhaust is tucked up super high, even down under the car. Just barely hangs low. Looking tough, guys. Looking tough. So, with that, thank you guys very much for watching this video. I'm stoked that you guys like to see the videos. Drop any comments, any questions on anything. And I'll do my best to get back to you and all that jazz. I'm looking into trying to figure out a way to effectively do a question and answer like session with you guys on stuff like this, whether it's I'll make a video or a post on my Instagram and you guys can comment your questions there, and then I'll just address them all in one video and just throw like a date or episode 1 or whatever. It's going to be hard for me to like make sure you guys knew that I answered your questions in that video. But I'll figure out some way to get that going, and I can help you guys out, give you advice, do whatever. But rally car's looking sick. If you didn't notice in the background, this weekend, I don't just do cars, I wish I did, but I had to follow this tree right here. It's right next to my sinkholes, leaning at the house, and you heard me talk about it in the other video. My dad came down, and my family came down, and this weekend I put them to work, and we felled that tree. I got all of it burned off pretty much. I'm going to use that big log as part of my North Shore skinny section on my mountain bike trails. So I've got mountain bike trails back here, which I just spent this week kind of fixing up all those so I can get back into exercising 3 or 4 times a week. Got to stay healthy. So with that, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Keep it rad.